Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, dear audience. This is going to be another very important step in order to ace the O-levels English, because in this video I'm going to discuss all the command words in the comprehension paper so that you can decode exams expectations. I must tell you that the content of this video is taken from the latest syllabus, that is from 2024 to onward examination. So before we move on to the command words discussion, we must understand that what are these command words. Command words actually help candidates to know that what is expected from them in the exam. While answering the question, they must see that what they have to do when they are responding to the questions in the comprehension. They are really very helpful because they lead us to the focus, the depth, and the answer type to the questions. So let's watch this video till the end and decode the command words to see that what are these command words and how are they used. So these are the selected command words by the Cambridge. Now one by one I will discuss them with the example so that your all concepts are cleared and you don't have any problem in understanding them. The first command word is consider. So when we say that consider something, so actually we have to review and respond to the given information. Now let's look at the sample question. Consider how the choice of vocabulary affect the tone and the following passage. So we have to see the choice of vocabulary in this question. Look at another question starting with this command word. Consider how the writer uses contrast to emphasize the main idea in the passage. So here we have to focus on the technique of contrast while answering it. So looking at the command word is really very important, and I always advise my students that they should circle the command word so that it is in their mind and accordingly they are able to form their answer. The next command word is describe. So when it is our command word, then actually we have to give the characteristics and the main features of what is asked in the question. Let's have a look on a question. Describe the setting it is portrayed in the first paragraph. So definitely you will talk about all the points of this setting, and you will talk about the characteristics of the setting. Look at another question for your better understanding. Describe the relationship between the narrator and the protagonist. So you have to talk about different aspects of this relationship. Look at another question. Describe the events leading up to the climax of the story. So you have to definitely talk about the different events. The next command word in this list is evaluate. So when it is evaluate, then we have to judge or calculate the quality. And we have to talk about the importance of it. We have to talk about the value of something. Let's have a look on one question starting with this command word. Evaluate the effectiveness of the writer's use of descriptive language in creating a vivid setting. So you have to see that how effective is the writer's language in creating this setting. You will talk about definitely the positive and the negative sides of it as well. Look at another question that evaluate whether the writer successfully conveys their argument in the writer. So you are going to judge about the arguments, that how far they are successful in the article. Look at another example that evaluate how the character's action drive the plot forward. So actually you have to now here analyze the character's action. So evaluation is a very important term in English O levels. And in directed writing also we come across this term. Don't worry, I'm going to make another very helpful video on the idea of evaluation. Don't skip it. And it's really going to make the understanding of evaluation quite easy for you. The next word in the command words list is explain. It's quite easy. Actually, here you have to set out purposes or reasons. Let's have a look on the question word. Explain how the writer conveys the character's emotion in the third paragraph. So here you have to give the detail of this character's emotion. Look at another example. Explain the impact of the opening sentence on the tone of the passage. So you have to talk about the opening sentence and what is the effect of this sentence on the passage. Look at another question that explain how the writer uses rhetorical devices to persuade the audience. So here you have to give in detail the use of rhetorical questions. So you can see that the understanding of command word is really going to help you in forming your responses. And I've really worked hard and I have collected these example questions as well, so that you don't only know the question word or the command word, you see to the example questions as well, so that next time when you are faced with such question, you can aptly respond to them. Another very important question word is give. So when this is a command word in the question, so you have to produce an answer from a given source, or you have to recall your memory to produce the answer. So let's have a look on the question starting with this command word. Give a reason why the ending of the passage is impactful and support your answer with evidences. So you have to give a reason from your understanding and you have to produce an evidence from the text. Look at another question. Give your opinion on whether the writer successfully conveys their message using evidences from the passage. So you have to talk about the opinion. Then look at another example. Give a quotation that highlights the writer's use of descriptive language and explain its effect. So here you have to actually pick that quotation from the passage and then you have to talk about the effect of it. So give can be sometimes picking up from the passage, okay, and then reproducing it and then discussing it also. The next command word in the list is identify. When it is identify, so you have to only name, select or recognize information. It's a bit like give. Look at the question. Give two examples of figurative language in the passage. So you just have to pick the examples from the passage and produce here. Identify the techniques used by the writer to create suspense in the narrative. So here you have to identify what are those different techniques and then you have to reshape them in the form of your answer. Then the third example asks that identify two examples of figurative language in the passage. Simply you have to pick up the examples from the passage. Now, the last word in the list is summarize. Now, summarize we are quite familiar with because we have a full comprehension section to summarize. So when it is to summarize, then you have to select and present the main points without extra detail. So look at the question, summarize the similarities and differences between the two characters. So you are going to only pick the similarities and differences and then reproduce them. No extra information is required here. Look at another example. Summarize the writer's message in the text. So whatever are the chunks of message in the text, only that will be picked and they will be reshaped to form an answer. Look at another example. Summarize the main events of the passage in your word. So you just have to talk about the main event and then the rest of the information will be discarded. I'm sure that this video has been of great value to you because you were able to see the command words with examples. Now let's see that how you should approach the command words in exams. The first and the foremost thing is that you should understand the question. This is really important. I always advise my student to give some time to understand the question, revise it in your mind so that you can identify the command word. Even you can circle the command word and then little ponder on it, revise the question in your own words so that you can understand that what is the question. The next step is to plan your answer. Now, after understanding the question, you must tailor your answer to the requirement of the command word. For example, if it is analyze, then you don't have to explain. I'm sure that you will, see this video again and understand all the command words so that next time when you are answering, you are coming up to the expectations of the examiner. Now stick to the focus. Another very important thing is that while answering, you should avoid irrelevant information. Stay aligned with the command word, stay to the point, and produced a well-shaped, grammatically correct, tailored answer. That always shows your understanding. If you are infesting your lines with the things from the passage, copied, then it's never a good impression on the examiner. I hope that this video has been of great value to you. I'll be looking forward to your helpful comments. Thank you very much, and wait for my next video, which is going to discuss evaluation in detail. Thank you very much. Stay blessed. Allah.